Sparks in a tiny angels running round in joy. Together pave the path. They can ride on and make it. Oh,
yeah. All right, welcome back to Behind Sparks, the podcast, creating the album by Ricky Paquette. Here I am. Well, this is episode 3. Today we talk about Just Along for the Ride. This one's a really cool one because it pretty much defined part of the sound that we find on the album. Working with Gordie was very interesting in many ways, as I mentioned in the other 2 podcasts. He brought me back down memory lane with my love for vintage guitars, old school classic rock, the Stones, the Faces, Rod Stewart. And for those of you watching today, it's the reason why I got this guitar, because I've always been a big fan of 12-string guitars. And we're talking about, you know, some of the old songs that we really like from the Stones and the Faces and all those British rock and roll bands. There's a lot of 12-string electric and acoustic if you talk about even the Beatles, even Led Zeppelin. There's a lot of acoustic stuff. There's mandolin. There's a lot of this. That kind of sound, right? And I don't know. It came to I came to realize at one point that I wanted to invent a term for this kind of sound, and I like to call that British country, because British rock and roll bands from that era were very influenced by American music, and the American music that was very popular. There was jazz and there was country, and a lot of that stuff was really interesting, and you could really find it in the way they sing, in the way they play, and all the instruments. I guess it's kind of like traditional instruments kind of bring you there instantly, maybe. All the acoustic sounds of the 12 strings, the acoustic guitars, some even fiddles and stuff that you could really find. So there's a similarity there that ended up being called by me so far, and maybe by you after this podcast, British country. And working with Gordie, he permitted me to play my 12-string on pretty much all the tracks, but he redid some of the guitars with the electric 12-string. But we can talk about that on another podcast. We will go through all the guitars and gear used for the album. So if I go back to talking about the song Just Along for the Ride, the song is just about having a plain old time, and good time. Good time is like basically my middle name, Ricky Good Time Paquette. And it's a bit influenced by the Faces, you know, like the Maggie Mays and all some of the lyrical content of this song. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm just here for a good time. Just hop along for the ride. And I think it sums up pretty much the feeling of going out to see a concert, or what I think music does to me is really interesting. Is like, it makes me feel something good. I'm a happy guy. I like it when it's takes me away from all the reality of things that are sometimes a little heavy, right? So this one's called Just Along for the Ride, and I'd like to play it with you for you. I'd like to play that song for you today with this 1966 Firebird 12-string that I just recently purchased after recording the album. It was kind of strange that I didn't own an electric 12-string. I did some of the parts with the acoustic, but they were pretty much the electric 12-string was Gordie playing on there. So now I could actually have fun with this Firebird. Let's take it for a ride, right?
The same. skin in the game. I got no dog in the race. Sometimes you show, sometimes you play. Sometimes you just flat out lose and end up losing face. We've all been tested, Lord knows. We've all been tried. We've all got bruises to show. We've all cried. So don't you come crying to me. I ain't taking a side. Just along for the ride. I'm just along for the ride. Y'all know what I'm saying. You take the pain, you take the gain, but you feel like a mouse on a wheel, a horse chasing a train. So what you want me to do? I can't dance in these high-class shoes. I was singing a song, you were singing along, we were singing the blues. But that ain't me. Can't you see? We've all been tested, Lord knows. We've all been tried. We've all got bruises to show. We've all cried. So don't you come crying to me. I ain't taking a side. I'm just along for the ride. For the ride. You know my name, but you know we're not the same. I don't care what's up over there, I got no skin in the game. We've all been tested, Lord knows. We've all been tried. We've all got bruises to show. We've all cried. So don't you come crying to me. I ain't taking a side. We've all been tested, Lord knows. We've all been tried. We've all got bruises to show, and we've all cried. So don't you come crying to me. I ain't taking a side. I'm just along for the ride. Ooh, I'm just along for the ride. Yeah, yeah, I'm just along for the ride. Ooh, yeah, I'm just along for the ride. Ooh, yeah. We've all been tested, Lord knows. We've all been tried. We've all got bruises to show, and we've all cried.
If you like what you've heard and you want to hear more, head on over to your favorite digital platform and stream my new album, Sparks. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope I get to rock on a stage near you very soon, wherever you are.